Do you want to feel old? It's been 25 years since Theme Hospital came out, but for a variety of reasons, we never saw a sequel to that classic game. Thankfully, its original creators returned to create a spiritual successor in the form of 2 Point Hospital, and now, 4 years later, we're getting the sequel we always hoped would arrive. Welcome to 2 Point Campus. 2 Point Campus is a direct sequel to 2 Point Hospital, but rather than running a hospital, you're tasked with building a series of new universities across 2 Point County. I was recently able to preview both the tutorial and the first full level of the game, and managed to get both to 3 stars, because it turns out I spend way too much time playing this type of game.
Championship manager, completely, mate.
2 Point Campus is not a radical departure from its predecessor, and if you didn't enjoy that game, you're not going to find much to change your mind here. The team did most of the development from home during COVID lockdowns, and as a consequence decided not to fix what wasn't broken, but there is at least one major gameplay change. One of the most defining features of these games, as far as I'm concerned, is the challenging layout puzzles, where you need to make the best use of the awkward spaces provided. But apparently it was something that so many 2 Point Hospital players complained about that you can now pretty much just opt out of them. In 2 Point Campus, you can now spend money to edit your buildings and fix any of the quirky layout puzzles by building everything out to nice, even rectangles. I don't want to be all an old man shouting at a cloud about this, but removing the layout puzzles does, to me, seem to undermine part of the point. That said, it is a neat solution and a smart one, given that you're not just focused on building an entirely efficient building. Students have to live and study on your campus for at least 3 in-game years, and so quality of life is just as important. You have to build dormitories, shower rooms, bathrooms, and places for students to socialise, like the Union Building and Student Lounge. In fact, there is a far greater emphasis on ensuring your students have a full social life, both to make friends and fall in love. You're asked to litter your campus with wacky items that could provide them the opportunity to meet cute and have a great story, for the wedding. You'll also have to build things outdoors and tend to your green spaces, because that's just as important as keeping the inside of your campus looking decent. One thing that I noticed, at least in these first 2 levels, is a lack of the same dark slapstick that made 2 Point Hospital so unique and so fun. I suspect it's because there's just less things to joke about in an educational setting, but even the goofy classroom animations are a little bit flat by comparison. I mean, it's not a problem per se, but it does sort of remind you that they are trying to capture lightning in a bottle here. Oh, and despite a lot of refinements, I do wish the developers had spent a little bit more time making it easier to duplicate and move rooms without having to amend all of the wall collisions by hand. I mean, it's 2022 and I'm trying to run a university here, okay? Please take away some of the unnecessary busy work. Please. But let's be honest, I am nitpicking, and these are not the biggest problems to have with a game. It is not a radical departure, I know, but it's still a lot of fun to play, and I spent way too long in this demo because it's just a nice thing to fire up and groove along to. And if, like me, you are excited to play the full title, 2 Point Campus will come out later this summer with a simultaneous PC and console release. If you like this video, you should come visit Engadget, the home of the world's shiniest experts, guiding you through the world of tomorrow. You can get up-to-the-minute news, reviews, and in-depth reporting on topics from the future of medicine to space travel, and loads more. They even let me do some things. Every now and again, when I've been really, really good. Occasionally.